I think the future of classical music is incredibly exciting. I think more people are listening and using classical music in their lives than they ever had, whether it's listening to it in the car or at home. There's a huge sort of wealth of music, of classical music, that's being enjoyed in all these different scenarios now, which is incredibly exciting. And as a composer, lots more chances to write and to write music for. So I think, again, projects like this are just so wonderful in that they really are taking classical music into a new dimension, and it's lovely as a composer to be a part of that.
I love the fact that we have a kind of classical tradition and this really rich history of music that we can kind of look back at. And I was thinking today that the music of Bach, not only is it wonderful music for today, but it was also a kind of historical artifact which says so much about the time in which Bach lived. So there's so many fascinating angles that we can look at the music that's been in the past, and it can draw us closer to the people that lived then and these wonderful people who inspire us today.
We talk about this a lot about the future of classical music and where it's going and can it survive. I mean, it's survived for hundreds of years. I don't think it's going anywhere. There's a reason we're still playing Bach. There's a reason we're still playing Beethoven. There's a feeling that it's sort of museum music, I guess, but it still speaks to us across the centuries, which is kind of an amazing thing. And so I think the future of classical music is very safe. I think people are engaged with it. I think we're living in a period now where tonality and melody are once again, I think, important to a lot of composers. Certainly important to me. They always have been. I think growing up in that brass band world where the music is just, it's all about melody and it's all about sort of tonality and taking things from classical music and sort of turning them on their head. So I think that speaks to people in a way in perhaps contemporary classical music wasn't speaking to people back in, say, the 60s, 70s. I think that idea of that kind of music, the sort of what some people call squeaky gate music, which is a horrible term, but I mean, that's how they would call it. I think that doesn't stand anymore. I think composers are genuinely interested in engaging with audiences, and I think audiences are really interested in hearing what we're writing. A lot of contemporary music concerts I go to are busy and packed. I mean, obviously not this last year. I'm sort of can't wait till we can finally get back into concert halls again. But I think people are interested, and the future's in good hands.
I think this project is such a cutting-edge project where what we are trying to do is to blend music from the past and the new together, where we're almost like expanding something new to the world so that to attract more young composer to compose more great new music.
It's very exciting about the potential for composition in the UK, actually. These are all young composers with a different range of backgrounds, and they're all producing hugely brilliant pieces.
That's true, and I think it's good that it's, dare I say, we should be encouraging more of our wonderful composers to be writing for choirs, because a lot of composers at the moment don't write for choirs.
We're called the Bach Choir, but of course we do very much more than Bach, and this is a contemporary project. What would you say are the core repertoires for this group of singers?
Bach is hugely important to the Bach Choir, of course. The St. Matthew Passion is done every year when we can do it, and the B minor Mass, frequently. Occasionally motets too, but actually the rest of the Bach Choir's programme, and increasingly so now, is about the music here and now, that's contemporary, and also great classic works that people need to hear. So it's really about a cross range of choral music from hundreds of years, really.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen medieval right up to world premieres, don't we?
Absolutely.
Huge range.